Hello everyone, I'm Namrata Arora and welcome back to another video. So today what we're going to talk about in this video are the top 5 multi-cap funds. So if you look at anything in life, I think balance is a very important part. Anything that you look at, it requires a fine balance to manage everything. So for example, if you look at a cricket team which has 11 players, come to look at it, a cricket team is made of batsmen, bowlers and a wicket keeper. I mean, we need a combination of all the three to really win the match. And come to look at it, in any cricket match, you'll not have all the 11 players performing all the time. At the most, you'll have 3 or 4 players who will do really well in a match and will make all the difference. And make sure that you have the right combination playing in a particular match so that the team or so that you can win maximum number of matches. So the same logic applies to our investment portfolio as well. So if you look at the 3 categories, large cap, mid cap and small cap, they all tend to perform well at different times, which means a large cap category would do well at times when the economic conditions are not so good and vice versa. So then the question is, why should we break our head in terms of deciding which category we want to invest our money in? Why can't we invest in a combination of all the three? So is there any way in which we could invest in large cap, mid cap and small cap and get the benefit of all the 3 categories? And that is exactly what multi-cap funds do. So multi-cap funds are a new category of equity funds which were reinvented a few years back. So as per the regulation, minimum 25% allocation should be given to each of the 3 categories, which is large cap stocks, mid cap stocks and small cap stocks. And the last 25% is at the discretion of the fund manager. So let's see which are the top 5 multi-cap funds which are there for us based on the last 3 years' performance. So let's see which are those top 5 funds that have made it to the list. So the returns of the fund are based on the last 3 years' performance, which is from May 2019 to May 2022. And we've considered direct option growth plan to arrive at the list. So based on the last 3 years' performance, the top 5 multi-cap funds are Quant Active Fund, Mahindra Manulife Multi-cap Badhat Yojana, Baroda BNP Paribas Multi-cap Fund, Invesco India Multi-cap Fund, and Sundaram Multi-cap Fund. So now let's understand a little bit about each of these 5 funds and the data that we have taken up from the respective fact sheets of the mutual fund company. So the returns are as of May 2022 and all the other data is as of 29th of April 2022. So let's first look at the Quant Active Fund. So this fund is the #1 fund in this category by a big margin compared to its peer group. The top 10 stocks in this fund contribute to 45% of the portfolio, and this fund has a portfolio turnover ratio of about 1.6 times. And this fund has the best risk-adjusted return ratios in the category. So if you look at some of the numbers, the 1-year returns of Quant Active Fund are 12.36%. 3-year returns is 28.55%. The fund size or the AUM is 2,300 crores. The expense ratio is 0.58% and the inception date is 4th April 2001. Next, let's look at Mahindra Manulife Multi-cap Badhat Yojana. So this is a relatively new fund and this fund has close to 46% allocation to large cap, about 27% to mid cap and 28% to small cap stocks. This fund has slightly higher risk compared to its peer group, but it also has better risk-adjusted returns. So if you look at some of the numbers, the 1-year return in this fund is 11.78%. The 3-year returns is 21.44%. The fund size or the AUM is 1,151.41 crores. The expense ratio is 0.5%. And the inception date is 11th May 2017. Next, let's look at Baroda BNP Paribas Multi-cap Fund. So this fund is managed by Mr. Sanjay Chawla, who's been handling this fund since inception. And this fund has given an allocation of 43% to large cap and 28% to small cap stocks. So if you look at some of the numbers, the 1-year return is 11.7% in this fund. The 3-year returns is 16.36%. The fund size or AUM is 1,672 crores. The expense ratio is 1.16% and the inception date is 12th of September 2003. Next, let's look at Invesco India Multi-cap Fund. So this fund has outperformed its benchmark, which is Nifty 500 Multi-cap Index, in the longer horizon performance, which is in the 10-year performance and in the since inception performance. So if you look at the numbers, the 1-year returns in this fund is 3.01%, the 3-year returns is 15.91%, the fund size or the AUM is 1,857 crores, the expense ratio is 0.74%, and the inception date is 17th of March 2008. So the last fund amongst the top 5 funds in the multi-cap category is the Sundaram Multi-cap Fund. So this is the oldest fund amongst these top 5 funds that we're discussing in this video. And this fund is not just in the top 5 in the 3-year return category, but it is also ranked second in the 1-year performance. So if you look at the numbers, the 1-year return is 12.62%, the 3-year returns is 14.63%, the fund size or the AUM is 1,808 crores, the expense ratio is 0.96%, and the inception date is 25th of October 2000. So this was about the top 5 multi-cap funds, and we do hope that this video was useful and you were able to learn about these top 5 multi-cap funds. If there's any other fund that you want us to review or any other category you want us to review, please do mention it in the comment section. And of course, like this video, share it with everyone and subscribe to the Groww Mutual Fund channel. And please don't take any of these funds as our recommendation. Thank you so much for watching.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Please read the risk disclosure documents carefully before investing in equity shares, derivatives, mutual fund, and or other instruments traded on the stock exchanges.